Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Another live review for you. This time I've got a European craft beer. So Puhaste, they're out of, I hope I've pronounced that correctly too, to the Estonians and the Eastern Europeans out there. But yeah, they're out of Estonia, which is Eastern Europe. And yeah, I've got Momentum Blackcurrant, which is Imperial Baltic Porter, 12%. It's summertime here, but when it comes to dark beers, I can have them all year round. So why not? I've already poured this one. Jet black in the glass. When I poured it, it had a tiny sort of like white head, but yeah, dissipated really quickly. Quite expected when it comes to these beers. But yeah, got the little fella on the glass there. I don't know if you can see him. Let's go a whiff. Hang on, got Lep in the chat. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Just a late night stout, brother, after a hard night at work. So yeah, in the glass, it's like jet black, like quite a light body. It's not much to it. But yeah, Baltic Porter, so lager yeast. Let's go a sniff. Yeah, you're getting like really strong black currant and it's really tough. It's almost like the Ribena sort of vibes. 1 in the morning, dude. I worked till like 11 o'clock tonight and walked home and then cracked a beer and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to have a stout. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of roastiness, but yeah, it's definitely more of that black currant touch. I can't get over how like tart it is. Yeah, dude, as far as weather goes, like we had probably, if you say in Fahrenheit, we would have been in the 90s today. Like it was quite hot. Yeah, I'd say chocolate, maybe a little hint of coffee. It's got like a touch of like sort of caramel or a light biscuit. But yeah, the black currant is definitely the dominant feature. I'm going for a taste. Cheers, boys. Yeah, huge currant on the flavour as well as the nose. Actually, it's quite balanced. Like it's roasty, but it's got like some sweetness and tartness. I just wish the body was a bit thicker. When it comes to like stouts, you want a bit more sort of body. It's very like quite light. Oh, well, sorry, it's a Baltic Porter, but still. Everyone gets confused with Baltic Porters and stouts. It's like, well, it's a little bit boozy, but not too much. Like it's 12%. It actually, you'd probably say it drinks like a 9. Yeah, I haven't had that one, dude. I've heard you Americans talking about. Cheers, Alex. Good to see you, brother. I finally started my channel, dude. You'd be happy. Yeah, as far as the roasty goes, I'd say more chocolate, like a dark chocolate. It's almost like, say, I don't know, if you had like a gourmet chocolate bar that was like a berry sort of, like is it Black Forest they call it? The chocolate bars that have the sort of like the dark berries and the dark chocolate. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. I don't think it's barrel aged or anything like that. Certainly not getting any like bourbon notes or rum. But yeah, she's a boozy boy. It's always good too to try like random beers from like countries that you wouldn't even expect to get stuff from. Like Estonia is just so remote, like especially to Australia. Yeah. Let's be honest, dude. Sometimes we're all like that. Have you had a drink today, Alex? Did you watch some football? Yeah, there was some big floggings left. Like, couldn't believe some of the scores. Like, yeah, just the fact that both Philly and Dallas got absolutely smashed. Like, it's insane. Cheers, Craig, dude. I'm pretty sure you've had some beers from these guys. Quite often you'll see like Pahala and Puhaste together. But yeah, it's like jet black in colour, like really light body, little bit boozy. Yeah, huge black currant. And yeah, it's probably I'd say it's more tart than like roasty. It's an Imperial Baltic Porter. Baltic Porters are good. Actually, Alex, yeah, you're not really into your sports, are you, dude? I think you said your brother is. He barracks for the Niners or something like that. Yeah, I remember you once having a stout on Drew's like stream, and it was cool because it was sort of like something you don't do all the time, and you were really excited about. My dog's driving me nuts. I think because it's quite warm here, they're sort of a bit unsettled. I just can't get over the black currant in it. It's insane. Yeah, they're saying something about like a Norwegian style, whether it's just the style of the actual like the brew or like they've got ingredients from there or the actual currants are from there. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I've missed like most of the lives this week just because I'm on Arvo shift. Whenever I'm on Arvos, I always miss everyone's stuff. Yeah, Goose Island's Bourbon County. That's insane. Except Joshua and Andrew refuse to drink it these days because it's like owned by like the big guys. They're like they don't want to support them. It's like, well, I'm sure you buy like clothes and food from the big guys. Like, what's the difference? Yeah, Yeah, see, we used to get Goose Island all the time, like prior to the pandemic, and then just haven't seen them since. I used to really enjoy getting Bourbon County every year. Yeah, black forest chocolate. It's pretty much what I'm getting with this. It's 12%. Like, yeah, it's only a small can. But yeah, do some damage. I love to like when you get like these cans from like European countries or whatever, and yeah, half the shit on it you can't even understand. Oh, cool. That'd be unreal. Yeah, that's the sort of beer too. You could just like if you've got it like put away in a cupboard somewhere, you can hold on to it for years. I think the last one I had was probably like 21, maybe 20. There was one year I went to this I think I've told this story before, but I went to this random event. It was advertised on Instagram, just like small, or maybe Facebook. And I went there, and I was like the only person that's like was just like a beer lover, not like in the industry. And I felt like real out of place. Like I was like, how am I here? Like this is insane. I was like drinking all these variants of like Goose Island sours and Bourbon County, and like I had so many drinks for like and didn't have to pay for anything, and they had like New York style pizza, and it was just fucking insane. Yeah, and then this other guy was in the same boat as me, so me and him ended up becoming good mates. It was just such a rad night. Like, cheers, dude. Good to see you again. You had anything from Puhaste out of Estonia, Luke? One thing that's a bit eerie at the moment is like we've had a really hot day today, but like it's now 1 o'clock in the morning and there's thunder and lightning. Sort of got those vibes of like Bali or Thailand when you get those tropical storms. That's when you open all the windows and let some cool air in. Then all the spiders want to come in. That's the little dude I was trying to show. He looks shifty. He looks like the sort of dude that'd try and sell you some insurance and then you'd get fucked over. So I reckon score wise with this one, I like a Baltic Porter. I like Baltic Porters when they're really roasty. Sometimes the adjuncts can be good, but I feel like this one, the blackcurrant or the blackberry or whatever it is, blackcurrant. The blackcurrant sort of taken over too much, but it's still nice. Like it's just that little bit too tart. Like you sort of like the balance is good, but I'd rather like a Baltic Porter that's just like old school, like traditional. See, I'm at that stage now when it comes to craft beer. I just prefer like a lot of beers that don't have shit added to them, just like classic. Yeah, like there's probably a lot of us that are the same. It's funny then. That sip I just had then, I got a little hint of smoke. So that's weird. I might have to sit on it for a bit. It's let it warm. Yeah, I just got like a touch of that smokiness you get from like a Roush beer. Cool. Yeah, rye's good. I feel like I need to get into more rye whiskey. I know you've had like quite a few whiskies over the years, Luke. Like, I'm not sure if you've had heaps of ryes, but like the American boys love them. We just don't see a lot of them here. Like we do get some, but like seems like in America you sort of like go into a store and you've got like a big selection of ryes and then like your straight stuff and you blend it, and whereas we just get sort of whatever we can. But yeah, rye's cool, like how you get that like peppery vibe or like that sort of herbaceous note. Like you even get like mint and shit like that. Like it's awesome. Love, a bit of love in the chat. Always a good thing. Ooh, Lefroy. Yeah, Lefroy's unreal. Yeah, that might be the next thing I buy, I reckon. Like if I get a bottle of spirits, I might get a rye. I just need some guidance on what to get. Because yeah, like obviously here in Oz we can't get it all. Like or maybe I'll next time I go into like my local that has all the whiskies and that, I'll take a photo. Yeah. Like out of common ones, Luke, what would you suggest? I know I'm pretty sure Tanner and Bumpy, maybe I don't know who else was involved, but I reckon they did the bullet rye, and I remember seeing that in the store. But I've got a feeling that that one wasn't rated as well, so I sort of didn't bother buying it. And they did like a wild turkey one and preferred that. One thing with this beer, it's like I had one beer previous to this, and it was just like an IPA, nothing special. And like, yeah, it's like got a little bit of a buzz on, but after I've like nearly finished this, I'm like, ooh, I could kick on for hours now. Yeah, I've got like I don't know, I've got a bit of stuff in the fridge at the moment, but I definitely need to stock up. In December I had so much stuff, and then yeah, like Advent beers and all that shit. I was drinking different stuff every day, and then like yeah, like most of our Australian breweries here, they sort of shut down over the Christmas New Year's period, so I wasn't buying my sort of weekly stuff from my favourites, and then yeah, it got to like early January, and I'm like, fuck, I've got no beer left. Oh yeah, Adnams Ghost Ship. See, Australia has like some rad distillers, but the prices are just insane. Just like I feel like I just want to move to a country where you don't get fucked over with alcohol tax. I mean, yes, there's some places you don't earn as much money, but like if you love your beer and that's like a hobby, you want to be somewhere where you don't get fucked over. Like when one of your main things you spend money on is like you're getting screwed over by the government. Nah, dude, like back in the day, yes, but now you just get fucked over majorly. Like, yeah, the cost of shipping's just insane. I used to buy like Jordans and like NFL gear and NBA stuff and that all the time from the US, and you'd only pay like, I don't know, $50 postage. Like $50 might sound like a lot, but if you were buying some good gear, like that's awesome. But yeah, these days, like even if you're just buying like fucking t-shirts and stuff like that, you're up for like $100, like even 200 if it's like beer and shit. Like it's just not worth it. I've got a mate on Instagram. I've just sort of, I don't know, we just sort of got into contact. He's another Aussie beer guy, and yeah, he does a fair bit of traveling from Australia to like West, like California and like Oregon and stuff. So yeah, we're trying to work out deals with like getting certain beers and stuff that we can't sort of get. So yeah, he's like always hitting me up, and he's the one I ended up getting Pliny the Elder from. So yeah, we're trying to get some of the hype stuff that even it's even hard for the Americans to get. Yeah, see that sip there, I just got a little bit of smoke. So yeah, as the beer's warmed, you're still getting that tart black currant, but you're getting like this smoky touch. I can't sort of put my finger on it, but yeah, it's not bad. I always enjoy some smokiness in like, especially dark beer. Just like I like a peated whiskey, even though it's like a different type of smoke. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I like I read a huge article the other day, and it was talking about the cost of living, and like they were just saying how fucked Australia and the UK is. Like, yes, the wages can be good, but just the prices of like just particular items that people have every day, like you just get fucked over. So that's the thing. Like people will say to me, "Well, why don't you just like have less craft beer and have macro beer?" And it's like because I pay $50 for a fucking case of shit macro beer, so it's no better. Like it's not like America when you can get a rack of Miller or something for like $20. Like exactly. I'll tell you what, when I go over there, I'm going to be drinking as much as I can and then trying to bring back as much as I can. Yeah, I love a Roush beer. I've got like 5 of them in the fridge at the moment. I cracked one on my live stream on the weekend because I ran out of beers and I was sort of annoyed with myself because I was saving them for a stream. But I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to drink all 5 on a stream. So I'll just have one now. Yeah, it's going to happen someday. Yeah. And that's a killer. Like, see, I'm like, I earn a good wage, but because I'm single and I rent, like, so much of my money, and like, especially with the cost of like utilities and that, like your bills, like electricity, gas, water, like internet, phone, all that shit. you just feel like you're just losing so much money every week, like, and it's so hard to save. Like, it's like, people will say, just why don't you spend less on beer? And it's like, because I'd be fucking miserable. Like, beer's like my passion. Like, I don't want to fucking sit at home doing nothing and not even having a beer or anything. I'd fucking rather be dead. I do want to try Miller High Life though. Like, I just feel like as far as macros go, it'd be pretty good. Yeah. See where I rent, um, it went up. It's gone up nearly half in like 5 years. Like, that's how fucked it is. And like, I live in a shitty little like a shitty little rural town. So it's like, imagine if you're in the city. I actually really want to live in the city, but the only thing that's stopping me is I've got 2 dogs, so I need to be able to live somewhere where I can have dogs and a property. And it's like the only way you can do that is probably if you're organised with a heap of other mates to do it. But I just don't have any sort of like, I've got one mate that's sort of keen to do it, but he's spoilt by his parents and sort of just like hangs at home all the time. It's like, yeah, it's like, and everyone else is like, I don't know, like settled down with like a missus and kids or whatever. And it's just not as easy as it was. Back in the day, you'd just fucking share a place with a mate and you'd be up for fuck all. Like, I don't know, you'd only spend like maybe a seventh of your wage, whereas these days it's like fucking half your wage is gone. Is that the clamato? Yeah. Russell Crowe's not even an Aussie, he's fucking Kiwi. Yeah. Just smashed the last little bit of it. So as it warmed, it changed slightly. It went from being really tart blackcurrant in your face, slightly like chocolatey coffee, even like a little hint of like biscuit, and maybe like it was only a touch of caramel. But yeah, like it warmed, and then yeah, like I still got the black currant, but it sort of faded slightly and wasn't as tart. And then I got sort of more dark chocolate, and then this like smokiness. Yeah, it's a bit odd. Whether there's like, yeah, like a touch of smoked malt, or it's like something to do with the black currant. Like, oh, yeah, it could, like, that's the thing. It could even be barrel aged, and I'm not sure of it. So just had this like slight smoky characteristic. Fart bags. Mm. It's something like quite often in Baltic porters you'll get like that dark fruit, but with yeah, obviously this is an adjunct, like an inclusion with the black currant. But yeah, it'd just be interesting to see what malt they use. Because yeah, as I said, I just got like this touch of smokiness. It's very trippy. Yeah, so it says where is it? The Nordic series. So there must be like a collective of sort of beers inspired by Norway or using Norway ingredients. Or should I say Norwegian? Yeah, 12%. As I said, I reckon it drank more like probably a 9. Had a little bit of booziness, but yeah, you definitely wouldn't think it's 12 until I go to stand up and go the dunny. But yeah, I don't know, score wise, I'd probably go, what would I say? It'd be I reckon about a 4.1 out of 5. There was some qualities about it I liked, but then yeah, the fact that it was like really light bodied and the like the tart black currant sort of took over a bit, especially like initially. Yeah, I like when you get a Baltic porter and it's like really roasty, it almost has like Russian Imperial vibes. That's awesome. But yeah, I've had like quite a few beers from these guys over the years, and they don't let you down, especially with dark beers. So yeah, I've got some Pahalas, a French toast, and a mud cake. They're the two part of the banger series. So yeah, I'll bust them out at some stage. I'm just trying to see if some other people can get them so we can review them together. Yeah, Puhaste. It reminds me of I don't know if you're familiar with Ramstein. They got a song called "Du hast." Du hast mich. Jimmy C. Bathwater. Yeah, I miss Jimmy C. It's always good hanging out with him, sharing beers and stuff, and yeah, just it's almost like the setting and the time difference and that you don't see him anymore. He's definitely still drinking because he's popping up heaps of shit on Instagram. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I fucking love my dark beers. Yeah, like and that like it's sort of it's one of those things. Like I love it. Like I really enjoy it, but it's not. It's sort of good, but it's not great. If you get what I mean. I've definitely had like better beers from these guys. Be interesting to try the standard version without the black currant. But yeah, like I was going to order some like imperial stouts from them, but they'd run out. And I think there's some other stores that have got some. So there's been a big drop of Estonian like Puhaste and Pahala in Australia just in the last few weeks, and I got a feeling it's been the same in either the UK or US because I've definitely seen them popping up. Yeah, time to bring them back. Come on. Anyway, it might be time to venture to bed. But yeah, thanks to everyone for joining. the old spontaneous live review again. It's probably going to be a thing. I don't mind it. So, yeah, cheers to everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.